Welcome back for game number 2. I'm David Smith. No more Dan. I've got Alec with me now in the booth. He'll be doing color. I'll be doing play-by-play for game 2 between Larson Ford and ACI Robins Nest. But Alec, as Nate Pierre-Louis makes that 3, ACI Robins Nest again for the second consecutive game only with 5. They had 6 late as someone came late as Dwayne Jones, the finger roll no good, but could come back to bite them having a very short bench.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be tough. Always running with 5. It's always going to be a little bit tough. We'll see how their depth gets tested tonight.
Panzini with it now, played terrific his last time out, blocked 4 shots. Kimbrough. Merlin Garden finds the cutting Panzini, but dropped. Pierre-Louis with it now. Had Isaiah McCallum cutting to the hoop, but didn't find him. Pierre-Louis, 3 won't go. That's not his game. Hit one early, but he much prefers getting to the rim. Jones gets the screen from Kimbrough. The pick and pop. Kimbrough short off the rim. Panzini the putback. Gio Panzini came soaring in and laid it in to open up the scoring for ACI Robins Nest.
Yeah, a few games now, Panzini's been one of those guys that really does everything on the floor, whether it's defend or rebound. He does both at a high level.
And Panzini with the block. Fagan with it now. He leaves it for Panzini into the corner. Swaggy G, he gets it to go. Sean Grennan from deep off a Panzini feed and block. What a transition from ACI Robins Nest. It's Nate with it now. He'll try the 3. He can't get it to go. With the depleted Larson Ford squad and Nate here, I believe Nate's going to have the leash to pretty much do whatever he wants. Jones tries the 3. He can't get it to go. Panzini was in the play, but it was tipped into the hands of Merlin. He looks to push, leaves it. That 3 no good off the hands of Holman. Merlin, the step back, no good, rebounded by Jones. Jones finds Fagan. It's Fagan and Holman. Fagan tried the 3 over Holman. Probably could have gotten a better shot than that.
Yeah, it seems like both these teams are a little perimeter happy, especially Pierre-Louis with the ball now to start out this game.
That 3 from McCallum, high arcing shot. He gets it to go. Good shot there from McCallum. Again, he's not the highest percentage three-point shooter, but no one on this Larson Ford team that's really their strong suit, apart from Callaway, who hasn't been here in a few games. As Kimbrough, the great move down on the low block, had the mismatch with Pierre-Louis and laid it up and in. Yeah,
I love Kimbrough's game just because of how versatile he is at his size. He can go in the post and also work outside.
Foul there. I think that one will go on Panzini. Nate Pierre-Louis, with how much he goes to the hoop. There were times last year where he attempted 30 free throws per game. There's definitely no shortage. Very interesting. Not sure if you guys picked up that audio, but oh, and there's another one. Pierre-Louis laughing as well as he knocks them both down. Jones. Panzini with it, top of the key. Fagan wraps around, leaves it for Jones in the corner, passes up the open 3 for the mid-range, can't get it to go. Pierre-Louis with the rebound, the outlet pass, leaves it for McCallum, good. Good sequence there from Pierre-Louis to Merlin, and then the finish from McCallum. Almost stolen away there by Holman. Grennan feeds it down low to Panzini. That shot didn't get it off, but Panzini will go to the line for a pair.
And on that last transition opportunity, good job by McCallum of recognizing that his man wasn't really picking him up, decided to cut straight to the basket, and a nice layup there. Good transition play by Larson Ford.
Jones, Kimbrough in the corner. Panzini passes it up. Fagan will try the 3. He knocks it down. Good ball movement there to get a great shot. Probably the highest percentage one they could have.
Yeah, he's always going to have the green light to shoot from 3. A couple of these guys for ACI as well.
Pierre-Louis gets to his spot, can't knock down the mid-range J. The offensive rebound from Holman can't get it to go. That one into the hands of Fagan. Fagan finds Kimbrough. Into the corners, Grennan. Gets the screen. Very physical defense. Grennan tries the turnaround J, can't get it to go. Rebounded by Merlin, who finds Pierre-Louis. Pierre-Louis gets the mismatch, but chooses to feed it outside to Isaiah McCallum, who knocks down the three. He's had a good start from beyond the arc.
Absolutely, just a quick effort, really at all facets of the game for him so far.
Fagan, the three, he gets it to go. Sam Fagan from beyond the arc, he has 2 quick threes on 3 possessions.
Yeah, well, like I said, green light all the time. He was left open there on a great screen from Kimbrough.
Good take there from McCallum. McCallum has 8 of the 15 points for Larson. He's playing very well early in this game. It's Jones with it now. Pierre-Louis defending. Kimbrough top of the key. Jones, Pierre-Louis doesn't even bother to get a contest. That's extremely disrespectful, and he makes him pay. And I think that that's the difference that we talked about in game 1. RKE does not take a possession off, whereas Pierre-Louis, when he tries, a much better defender than I think on anyone on that RKE roster, but just taking plays off. And then that's what Larson Ford has done, and that's the reason why they are 1-6 and the reason why RKE is 7-1.
Yeah, and on that one, for Pierre-Louis, it just feels like he's taken on such an offensive burden as the main shot creator. He has the ball in his hands on basically every possession. His usage rate is through the roof. And sometimes, you just need a break on defense. And unfortunately for him on that one, made him pay.
We've got a matchup between 2 depleted squads. We are at our first media timeout. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll have the rest of the action between ACI Robins Nest and Larson Ford. We are back. Pierre-Louis finds the cutting Isaiah McCallum. Kimbrough defending. Really good defense down there from Kimbrough as Fagan looks to push. Jones with it now. Finds the cutting Kimbrough. What a pass from Jones. Kimbrough can't finish as Isaiah McCallum tracks it down in the far corner. Holman. That's Merlin with it on the block. Finds McCallum. The step back 3, not the greatest shot selection there from Merlin, as that one was rebounded by Sean Grennan. Jones finds Panzini. Panzini drives to the rim and slams it in. Gio Panzini, the pump fake, and then the slam with emphasis. Pierre-Louis, he knocks down the open 3. Although he's not the highest percentage shooter from beyond the arc, if he's open, he'll make you play. Make you pay, excuse me. Grennan drives to the rim, jump stops, and gets the mid-range J to go.
Yeah, Grennan, one of the better off-balance shooters that we have here. Just every time you think you have him at a bad angle, he'll make the shot.
Jones finds Panzini. Grennan, the deep 3. He can make it from out there, and he does. Sean Grennan shows off the range as he extends it to a 5-point lead. And Coach Larry Marshall's seen enough. He takes a timeout.
And once again, an off-bounds 3 off the catch, and Grennan just gets into his motion so quickly. One of the better shooters here in the JSBL that we have. Nicknamed Swaggy G, of course. He's got that smooth jumper, and it's paid off 2 possessions in a row.
Sean Grennan started off at my university at Seton Hall, spent some time at Fairfield before finishing his collegiate career up at San Francisco, who's actually a force out there in the WCC. Always competing for a top 3 spot. Obviously, you got Gonzaga and St. Mary's, who are the top, or a top of the 2. Usually Gonzaga at the top, but St. Mary's has often made a case. But San Francisco is usually that number 3 school.
Yeah, they've been pretty underrated in that conference for a while now. I mean, they've just done a great job of always competing. Todd Golden, used that job at San Francisco. Now he's at Florida, doing a very good job there as well. It just feels like they always churn out these solid teams that they could probably have a better chance of making an NCAA tournament here and there if they weren't stuck competing with Gonzaga and St. Mary's, who are absolutely dominant mid-major programs.
Curious to see how St. Mary's is this year. Obviously, a 5 seed in the tournament last year. Lost their star guard, Aiden Mahaney, to the transfer portal. He went to UConn. But curious to see how they are. Fagan leaves it for Kimbrough. Kimbrough, he drives. Almost the and one. Tried to finish through contact. Got above the rim. I thought he was going for the slam, but the layup rims out.
And part of Kimbrough's game is just playing off the dribble the way that he can. He gets it on the perimeter and can still work inside as well. That's a big part of being that versatile big man that we were talking about earlier. Not just being able to spot up from 3 out on the perimeter, but also work with the ball in your hands and get to the basket.
I believe Kimbrough is at around a 1 3-pointer per game pace right now, give or take. Typically takes more than that, but usually makes 1 per game. So you at least got to get a hand up, which definitely unlocks his ability to get to the rim with ease, because you at least got to get a closeout out on him. Pierre-Louis with it. He pulls up. That one way short. Air balls. That one goes out of bounds. And with how prolific of a scorer Nate Pierre-Louis is, he's going to be inefficient at times, especially when he doesn't have the supporting cast around him to help him. McCallum's been good, but besides that, they don't have another guy, so he's going to be taking a lot of the shots tonight. Fagan there, the turnover. Left his feet, didn't really have anywhere to go as he just threw it out of bounds.
Yeah, and a big part of that, of Pierre-Louis' game, is getting to the inside and being able to either take a shot or try to kick it out. And Larson Ford team is missing a lot of their key guys, whether it's Ron Harper Jr., Andre Hyatt, 2 former Rutgers standouts. Just not having that extra guy off the ball that can help out.
That one off the mark, rebounded by Kimbrough, leaves it for Jones. Jones doesn't have numbers. Gets the screen from Kimbrough, back to Kimbrough. He won't take the 3. Fagan leaves it back for him. This time he'll take it and knocks it down. Now on a pace to knock down more than 1 for this game, as he's already seen 1 fall through the bottom of the net in the first quarter.
Yeah, he was trying to bait Agba Jemison into biting on that on the pump fake, as it looks like Pierre-Louis gets called for the charge, but just trying to get him to bite. He bit the first time, didn't really the second time, so he thought, all right, if you're not going to really put a hand up, I'll take it. That one was a little bit farther out, too. Not the easiest of shots, and he made it look easy. Yeah,
Agba Jemison plays at College Achieve. That's who we thought Nas Hart was when we saw him walk in the College Achieve shirt. That turnover there by Kimbrough. Leaves it. And that one blocked by Kimbrough. McCallum had his shot denied. The outlet, Panzini to Jones. Leaves it back for Panzini. He'll try the 3. He gets hit and gets it to go! Gio Panzini, the 3 and the foul, as McCallum will get flagged. What a play.
Absolutely. Panzini's been a shot in the arm for this ACI Robbins Nest team. It feels like whenever he's on the floor, he's doing something right, whether it's on the defensive end. Scoring is not usually his forte, but he got a nice spot-up opportunity from 3, took the harm and made the shot. Now he's got a chance for 4 and to stretch this lead even further.
Talking about Agba Jemison, I dare you to try and say that 5 times fast. A bit of a mouthful.
Yeah, I don't even think I'm going to try that.
As Panzini converts the 4-point play, not very often you say that, but huge momentum swing, as now the lead is 12 when Larson Ford had a lead earlier in this first quarter. Pierre-Louis, the turnaround J, he gets it to go. Jones not quite has the wingspan to match up with Pierre-Louis, as he can really get up in the air. Panzini leaves it for Jones. Fagan coming off the off ball. He's got an open 3. He can't convert. Panzini will throw it up. And that one, Fagan couldn't touch to avoid the back court. So it ends up in the hands of Merlin. He'll try the 3, and he gets it to go. You see Sam laughing with his brother Joe there on the bench as he's wondering what the heck just happened. Kimbrough leaves it for Jones. He'll attempt to the 3. And I got to say, Dwayne Jones has one of the most unorthodox jump shots I think I've ever seen. Not only is it kind of the Lonzo ball from the other side, but it's just a line drive.
Yeah, you don't see that too often. You always want the arc on the shot, but even the way it comes off his hands looks a little bit strange. But
as we just got the news that Jeff McNeil hit a 2-run home run for the Mets, they now lead 3-1. That shot blocked, but McNeil playing great in this stretch. McCallum won't even attempt the full court heave. He'll just drop it as ACI Robins Nest has a 7-point lead at the end of the first quarter. Alec, I mean, they were in it for a long time to start that quarter. I believe halfway through they were leading, and then just an absolute charge from ACI Robins Nest.
Yeah, a lot of these guys, whether it's Fakin or Grennan or Kimbrough, they just have such an ability to heat up and score at any point in this game. And unfortunately, Larson Ford just does not have the facilities to do the same. And like we've said, a lot of the time that they've been missing some of these guys, it's been Pierre-Louis and then everyone else trying to fill in. So we'll see how they can try to keep up. I mean, they ended up getting close. It's now a 7-point game after the lead was as much as 12 earlier on. So we'll see how they come out in the second quarter because they do have the depth advantage. They have 8 compared to ACI's 5, but we'll see how they come out in the second quarter.
We'll stay here. We've been talking most of the break. No use in sending it to break now, but looking at the box score for ACI Robins Nest, 6 points for Fagan, 8 for Grennan, 5 for Kimbrough, 8 for Panzini, and 3 for Jones. Like we typically see for RKE, which we didn't see tonight, just a well-rounded, balanced attack.
Yeah, absolutely. And another interesting note there, all of those guys have at least one three-pointer made, not just attempted, made as well. And Panzini's been the leading scorer, tied for leading scorer with Grennan, a perfect 3 for 3 from the floor, including that 4-point play that we saw a little bit ago. So really sharing the love and really trying to fire it in from the three-point line as well.
And then if you take a look on the opposite side, Larson Ford, the complete opposite. 10 for Pierre-Louis and McCallum, and 3 for Merlin. A goose egg for everyone else. It's Kimbrough with it. Leaves it for Jones. Jones. Fagan the 3. Short and a little right. As now it's McCallum out with it in transition. He'll pull up from mid-range. Can't get it to go. The long rebound goes to Jones. He leaves it for Grennan. Thought about the deep 3. Good pressure defense here from McCallum. Grennan gets it back, uses the screen. He'll take that 3. He gets it to go. Swaggy G feeling it from beyond the arc.
Yeah, nice job playing the 1-2-man game off the screen, and can't really go under the screen there. You always got to go over just because of his threat to shoot.
Great Euro there from McCallum. $1 million move, 10-cent finish. Fagan with it. Has the mismatch. Kimbrough and Fagan both with mismatches. He calls for the ISO, leaves it for Jones on the opposite wing. That 3 no good. Rebounded by Agbajimison. Hargrave. That one no good. Rebounded from Jones. Jones doing a great job of rebounding his position at the guard spot. That finger roll, he gets it to go. Coast to coast for Dwayne Jones.
And nice job just running the floor in transition after getting the rebound. You mentioned it. He's done a great job of just getting at the rim and getting in the rebound so far.
It's Hargrave with it now. Tough mid-range J. That one way off. Rebounded by Kimbrough. Seems like we might see another blowout. Not in Larson Ford favor. As that 3 by Fagan, no good. Merlin didn't even bother to get the contest. It was a deep 3, but we've seen Fagan hit those before. Pierre-Louis with it now. Seals his defender. The step back. Can't get it to go. Kimbrough with the board. And Coach Joe Fagan will take a timeout as ACI Robins Nest has a 12-point lead. Think it's maybe to just get their guys a little bit of rest right now since they're playing with 5.
Yeah, that's an extra wrinkle that Joe Fagan's had to deal with so far today, is just making sure he can keep his guys rested, especially if they want to run the floor the way that they have for all 40 minutes of this game. It's going to be really tough. Their depth is definitely tested, and their player of the game from Thursday night, Austin Williams, also not here either, so that's a big blow as well. He put up 18 points in Thursday's game. So it's going to be tough to see how they can keep up with both of these teams, really, how to keep up with themselves, and for Larson Ford, who does have the extra 3 guys on the bench. So it's going to be tough, but, I mean, they're managing it pretty well so far. They've just been a lot better when it comes to their perimeter play. And, yeah, I mean, we'll see how they can manage it, but they're doing a pretty good job right now. And Larson Ford just has not gotten easier for them once again, and they're just missing a lot of these guys, including Nate's brother, Josh Pierre-Louis, who played at UC Santa Barbara, and now he's in the Summer League as well. The Summer League is wrapping up soon, so hopefully some of these reinforcements, not just for Larson Ford, but for some of these other teams, will start to come in soon.
And not to mention, when you weren't on the headset for game 1, Dan said that he thought that Valencia was going to be here when he saw him on campus for game 1. And he's a no-show for ACI Robins Nest as well. So a depleted roster for them today, but it hasn't seemed to matter just yet. Second half, it might be different. As Grennan, another 3. Sean Grennan played at Donovan Catholic, but it looks like Manasquan High School is his gym tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. He just looks so confident coming off the screens. Every shot he's putting up looks good off his hands.
Merlin, that 3. He can't get it to go. McCallum, the rebound and the foul. Isaiah McCallum has impressed on both ends tonight for Larson Ford.
He really has. He's been a great compliment to Kevin Pierre-Louis with and without the ball in his hands. When he's playing on the ball, he's been doing a great job of just spotting him from 3 and also getting to the rim, and he's been really good at cutting and rebounding, too, on the offensive end. And on that one, nice job just playing under the rim and getting the contact, and 1.
Earlier this year, we had seen Grennan go through some shooting struggles. Now he really looks like he's settled in. Last year, he had a game where he went for 50-plus. I believe he hit, I think it was 15 threes as Jones lays it up and in. But talking about unorthodox shooting forms with Jones, Grennan's shot is also a bit unorthodox, too.
It is. He kind of fades back, and
it's also from the opposite side as well.
It is, yeah, but it works either way. I mean, he's become one of the best shooters here.
Pierre-Louis, the step through. What a move by Nate Pierre-Louis. He was at the free throw line and was able to get to the block on the step through. That's something only a crazy athlete can do. Good feed from Kimbrough to Fagan. Fagan back to Kimbrough. Will he knock down number 3 or the 3 number 2? He won't. Not even close. That one rebounded. Pierre-Louis with it now. Fade away, no good. That rebound goes to Kimbrough. Grennan will bring it up. Luster set the check in for Larson. Agba Jemison giving him space, but Kimbrough takes it to the hoop anyway, and he'll draw the foul. Kimbrough will go to the line for a pair. That one will go on Alan Holman. That's his first. Team's first. Apologies, we do not have the score bug. You can see the score bug, or the scoreboard, excuse me, in the upper right of your screen right now. 40-27 lead right now for ACI Robins Nest. I'll try and keep you more updated with the score since we don't have the score bug. But without our cameraman Nick tonight, Eddie's taken over, who usually does the scoreboard. So little depleted on the staff tonight, but still trying to give you a good broadcast as Kimbrough splits a pair. Pierre-Louis with it now. McCallum, top of the key. Panzini defending. Great defense from Gio. He leaves it for Grennan. He's going to pull up from deep, and he cannot get it to go. Short off the iron. Luster bringing it up now. Panzini defending. And there's a kick. Kimbrough was defending Merlin on the low post, but Panzini didn't allow that pass to go in as he kicked it.
Yeah, once again, Panzini making great plays defensively. Just feels like he's got really great positioning, knows exactly where he needs to be. Also had that previous possession where he forced a bad shot from McCallum.
Pierre-Louis posting up Jones. The double clutch gets it to go. And that's where Nate Pierre-Louis is just so strong and tough. Not many people in this league that can get a layup like that to go. Jones, the finger roll, and the foul! Dwayne Jones has looked very good driving to the hoop from both sides.
Yeah, once again, just doing it off the dribble. And he's really good at attacking. And, I mean, he's done a great job so far of just getting to the hoop, putting up the shot. He gets above the rim, too, which really gives him a good opportunity to finish. And now this can get close to a 15-point lead. It's at 14 right now, but close to a 15-point lead for ACI.
Jones converts the old-fashioned three-point play. It's now a 15-point lead for the men in black and gold. Pierre-Louis playing lead guard role. Jones defending. He's posting up. The step back, free throw line. Jay, he gets it to go. You can throw two defenders at Nate Pierre-Louis. If he gets to his spot inside the arc, he's going to make you pay. Kimbrough with it now. Grennan. The great feed in from Grennan to Kimbrough as Kimbrough lays it in.
Yeah, Grennan really put the defense off balance, put a lot of English on that pass, and an easy layup for Kimbrough.
When you have to pay as much attention as you do to Sean Grennan, it's going to open up lanes on the inside in the pick and roll. That one is stolen away by Swaggy G. That one tipped, but off of Grennan's leg. Good job there from Luster to steal a possession. As that one is going to take us to the media timeout here before halftime. ACI Robins Nest with a 15-point lead over Larson Ford. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll bring you the rest of the action. Welcome back. It's side out here for Larson Ford. 4:27 remaining here in half number one. Pierre-Louis calls for the screen from Merlin. Gets the mismatch. Merlin will try the three. He's hit one already. Can't get the second one to go. Rebounded by Holman. That one no good. Merlin the offensive rebound, but ripped away from Kimbrough. He leaves it for Grennan. Grennan finds the cutting Kimbrough, but out of his hands. Pass had a little bit too much mustard. Luster will pull up in transition, no good. Rebounded by Gio Panzini. Leaves it for Jones. Jones the long outlet to Kimbrough. Kimbrough the slam! Jared Kimbrough cherry picking on the other end and slams it in over Peter Luster. Pierre-Louis now posting up Jones. Bringing the double. That one picked off by Panzini. And they might call a transition foul there. It appears they won't. But Panzini had a wide open lane to the rim with no Larson Ford defenders in sight. And with how much of a high flyer he is, we could have seen a highlight reel slam.
Yeah, and a really smart play by Panzini, too, shading over after Grennan came over to double Pierre-Louis and picked the pass right off and drew the foul.
Fagan leaves his feet. Kimbrough, he tries the three, nothing but net, pure. Jared Kimbrough extends the lead to 20 as the Larson Ford struggles continue. Pierre-Louis might have gotten away with a carry there. Finds Hargrave in the corner. That three no good, rebounded by Kimbrough. Leaves it for Jones. Jones will slow down the pace. 3 minutes left here in the first half. Kimbrough finds Panzini. Panzini will drive to the rim, leaves it for Fagan in the corner. Fagan, the pull-up jumper, he gets it to go. That was a tough shot there from Sam.
Yeah, definitely. It looks like he's gotten caught in between a couple times, but when you're as good of a shooter as Fagan is, it almost doesn't matter when you go up with it and just puts up the shot.
McCallum drives. He can't finish it with the left. Might have gotten fouled. Didn't get the call. Jones with it now. Whole pull up from deep. No good. Rebounded by Luster. You'll take that shot if you're Larson Ford. Pierre-Louis. Fagan defending. And just Nate Pierre-Louis being Nate Pierre-Louis. Gets a little space from the defender when he drives using that strength. Knocks down that mid-range jumper. Just shoots it at such a high clip from there. Jones, Luster defending. Posting up now. Good feed into Kimbrough. Gets his defender in the air. And the up and under from Jared Kimbrough off a sweet feed from Dwayne Jones.
Yeah, although there's only 5 of them out there, this ACI team just looks so connected on every level. They know exactly where they need to be on offense and finds their man.
That fadeaway, not a good shot from Pierre-Louis. Grennan finds Fagan. Fagan up top to Dwayne Jones. Jones can't lay it in. Pierre-Louis now looking to push. Leaves it for Luster. Luster wide open from deep. He can't get it to go. Good box from Kimbrough as he pulls it in. As he'll leave it for Grennan. Luster picking it up at half court. Grennan will drive to the rim. Can't finish with the left. Luster with it now. Finds Holman. Holman tries a three from the far corner. Can't get the friendly roll. Rebounded by Panzini. Now numbers for ACI Robin's Nest. Fagan fries Grennan in the corner. Grennan from three. You bet! Sean Grennan continues his great night from deep as now the ACI Robin's Nest lead is 25 with 40 seconds left here in the first. Pierre-Louis gets the layup to go. Seems like both teams are kind of just going through the motions right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, for ACI, you're up 25 right now. Just got to keep on chugging along. It's been working really well. But for Larson Ford, I mean, they just kind of look demoralized on the opposite end. Just an avalanche of three-pointers. And it feels like they haven't figured out a way to stop it yet.
Fagan in the corner, Jones. Jones will try a three. He can't get it to go. It's Pierre-Louis with it now, who will hold for one. Pierre-Louis calls for the screen. Steps back, drives, tries the floater, gets it to go as Nate Pierre-Louis knocks down the floater at the buzzer as it is now a 21-point lead for ACI Robin's Nest at the break. What a half for the black and gold.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just such great basketball in general from those 5 guys out there, and it's a lot to commend for only having 5 guys, the way that they've been able to put the ball in the basket, as well as defend at a high level too. I mean, they've done a really good job on Pierre-Louis. They started to double him towards the end of that first half and really put him off kilter.
We are going to take a short break here for halftime. Both teams getting some much-needed rest, especially the ACI Robin's Nest, who only has 5. They lead by 21. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll have the second half action. We are back for half number 2 between ACI Robbins Nest and Larson Ford. Little bit of a change up in the booth. Yet again, I'm David Smith, and it's Alec up here with me doing color. Always great to have him up here. Does such a great job for us. Luster poked that one away and didn't even know it. He wasn't even faced towards the ball. But now 7 seconds left on the shot clock, and ACI Robbins Nest has it on their opposite end of the court. Going to be tough to get a shot here. Jones pushing. He'll try the step back 3. Rims out. Panzini, the putback. No good. Thought he got fouled. Here comes Pierre-Louis. Leaves it for Luster. He'll try the 3. No good. Short. Rebounded by Panzini. Luster hasn't been able to find his touch from beyond the arc.
Yeah, he's really tried. He's gotten some good looks, too. Just haven't been able to get him to fall.
You heard that one from up here. You heard it hit the back of the net. Grennan just on fire right now. And when a team like Larson Ford, when they don't have a lot of shooters, when they get behind, it's tough for them to get back into games because they can't really put up points in bunches. Because you really don't have a microwave like a Kyle Cardacci, like a Sean Grennan, like an Ithiel Horton. So it's tough for them to get back into games when they get out to such tough deficits like this.
Yeah, and especially when you have a guy like Pierre-Louis who does his best work when working off the dribble and getting to that mid-range area towards the rim. It's really tough to support him when you don't have a ton of guys that can shoot at a high level because the defense are crashing more on him.
Fagan, that 3 no good. Long rebound goes to Kimbrough. He finds the cutting Jones. Jones into Panzini. Panzini lays it up and in. Might have been contact there as well, but Panzini finished right through it. As I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure if you're aware, Gio Panzini, he was in high school this year. He'll be a freshman at Cornell. For someone who's only going to be a freshman in college, coming out of high school, I have not seen someone with more poise in this league and has played with such a high IQ and fit into their role better than Gio Panzini. And that 3 from Grennan, pure. Sean Grennan is on an absolute tear right now for ACI Robbins Nest. McCallum coming off the off ball. He'll drive to the rim. Strong finish with the left. Jones with it now. Leaves it for Kimbrough. He had Panzini open. Grennan now. Leaves it for Kimbrough, the mismatch. Tough finish from Kimbrough, can't get it to go. Rebounded by Merlin. Merlin will pull up from deep. He gets it to go. I think Merlin, who's their big man, might be their best shooter.
I mean, yeah, he's had a tough night on the stat sheet, although, you know, it feels like a lot of people for Larson Ford have, but he looks comfortable shooting out there, and we were talking about it with Kimbrough as well. When you have that ability to shoot from the outside, it adds a whole new dimension, especially as a big man.
Good finish there from Panzini. I think Panzini going to a school like Cornell in the Ivy League, a lot of good teams in the Ivy. Yale, obviously, always very good. Harvard, typically really good. Cornell usually makes some noise as well. I think he has a chance to crack the rotation and make an immediate impact for the Big Red next year.
Yeah, I mean, he's done a pretty good job of getting into the scoring column, 3 or 4 for 5 now on the night. But scoring isn't just his strongest attribute. I wouldn't even say it's a top 3 attribute that he's shown so far, whether it's, you know, getting into the passing lanes, getting on the rebounds, especially on the offensive side like we've seen so far. Just a really good guy to put on the floor that can really fill any role.
Jones resets. Merlin defending the finger roll with the left. He gets it to go. Dwayne Jones having a tremendous game for ACI Robbins Nest as their lead guard. We've seen it be Fagan for most of the year, but Jones has played in their last 3 games, and he's really stepped in and took on that lead guard role after playing the lead guard role last year for Seashore Auto.
Yeah, that 1-2 crossover dribble move has been really good for him so far tonight. Just gets the defense on skates, really, and gives him a free lane to the rim.
Kimbrough, Fagan swings it to Swaggy G. Good pass. Fagan takes the dribble, takes his time, he knocks it down. Just such unselfish basketball that we've seen from ACI Robbins Nest. Pierre-Louis, he'll try the 3. That one long, rebounded by Kimbrough. Grennan will bring it up. Luster will pick him up. Swaggy G, that one, I think that was a little bit of a heat check there. Long rebound goes to ACI. Kimbrough takes the floater, but not before Coach Joe Fagan calls the timeout.
Yeah, starting to bump up the pace a lot, this ACI team is, and I'm sure Joe Fagan just wants to get his guys a little bit of a breather. I mean, this is a 27-point game. We don't want to say it's over in the third quarter, but they are well on their way to another win here. And this ACI team just, I said this when they had a lot more of their guys too, but it just looked like a really well-connected group. They know where they need to be at all times, and they've just done a great job of finding each other. Result on that possession where 3 extra passes, either one of those guys could have taken the open shot, but they found Fagan, who was wide open.
The old saying is it's not over till the fat lady sings, but with the trajectory we're on, I think she's definitely starting to warm up her vocal cords.
I think I can hear some scales right now.
But like you said, ACI Robinson's just doing a great job of being unselfish, moving the ball, but I think what's really helping them is the fact that Larson Ford just not enough firepower to compete with them. Besides Nate Pierre-Louis and Isaiah McCallum, don't really have many scores.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been really tough because you have guys that can be there to contribute, guys like Luster and Holman on the perimeter that just haven't been able to find their shots so far tonight. And if some of those shots were going down, it might be a different game. I mean, look at Holman 0 for 6. Luster, missed a few shots as well. Just not great efficiency from the perimeter. And if they could maybe get a little bit more effective at hitting their shots, this might be a different game. Even though they might have a talent disadvantage, might be a little bit of a different look.
Kimbrough on the inbound. It's Dwayne Jones with it now. Grennan, high ball screened by Fagan, gets it back to him. He has 3 seconds. He's going to have to take the deep three. Can't get it to go, just short. Panzini hits the floor hard. They can't afford to lose him since they have no one on that bench. Pierre-Louis comes off the screen, almost blocked by Kimbrough. Rebound goes to Fagan. Panzini appears to be okay, a little shaken up though. Kimbrough back to Fagan. Fagan gets a step by him, leaves it for Kimbrough. Jones gets past his man, and they'll call a charge on Dwayne Jones.
Yeah, nice job by Hargrave of drawing the charge, and good job recognizing that Jones really wants to go to the rim with a full head of steam. And Hargrave in his limited action for Larson Ford this year has done a pretty good job of just being one of those annoyances or pests on defense, really getting at the opposing guard. And he may not be the biggest guy, but he's really quick off his feet. And on that one, just really good job of getting into position and drawing the charge.
A man of many talents, Sean Grennan wiping the floor and knocking down the 3 ball for ACI Robins Nest. That'll take us to the media timeout. ACI Robins Nest leads by 27 points here with 4:48 remaining in the third quarter. We are back. 27-point game here in Manasquan. If you're just tuning in, game 1 was much more exciting. RKE Athletic defeated Seaview Jeep to become within one game of clinching the regular season title and that #1 overall seed. Excuse me. Fagan, he knew he missed it right as it left his hands. Pierre-Louis with it now. Spin move, step back. No good, rebounded by Panzini. Jones with it. Pierre-Louis defending. We've seen this matchup a lot tonight. We've also seen that high ball screen a lot tonight. Dwayne Jones has gone to that finger roll a lot, and it is a great use in his bag of tricks.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, he just looks really efficient, not just getting to the rim, but using his steps to get a really good high percentage shot at the rim. That finger roll is looking really good so far. He's just doing a really good job of getting off that screen and taking the right first step to get to the rim.
Kimbrough, he gets to the rim, goes for the dunk, but not before Agbajem is in, excuse me. I won't say it 5 times fast either. Makes contact with him. Kimbrough with the opportunity to extend the lead to 30 here. As I think the Husky lady was warming up her vocal cords a few minutes ago. I can definitely hear her starting to sing the opening lines. And we're not even in the fourth quarter. Just a great, complete, all-around performance from ACI Robins Nest. You're going to have the blessing of doing the post-game interview with someone from ACI and Coach Fagan's squad. You're going to have a lot of choices. Sean Grennan, probably the top, but you also can't knock what Dwayne Jones has done tonight.
I mean, honestly, you could say all 5 of these guys are pretty good options.
When you only have 5 guys, all 5 guys are going to make an impact, especially if you win, as Panzini can't knock down the mid-range J. But like you said, everybody making a case. Good pass in there to McCallum. Panzini hits the floor, and that one is off the leg of McCallum, as it is ACI Robins Nest ball. Going from the semifinals last year in the playoffs, Larson Ford had Denzel Mensah, who is now playing for his old team, Ortho, New Jersey, he's probably been a top 5 player in this league this year. But they have lost a bunch. And now it's just been, they've lost Shaheed Muhammad as well, their top rim protector. He averaged the most blocks in the league. But now they are the second worst team in the league, next to the intern helpers when it's their first year in existence. McCallum will drive to the rim and lay it up with ease. But what me and Dan like to call it when it is a blowout like this, we usually call it story time, when we can talk about pretty much whatever we want. We go off on tangents, but talking about the history of this league, maybe the future, maybe some potential postseason matchups, as the foul there from Bajemazin, as Panzini will go to the line. But what do you see as a potential path for RKE? What do you see as a potential path for Ortho and Seaview? And what do you think your prediction is for the playoffs this year? There's a lot of teams that can make a case for that title.
Absolutely. I mean, we've seen RKE play some of the most efficient offensive basketball in this entire league. And then you got Seaview and Ortho, New Jersey. I mean, those two teams also have a ton of high-end talent from the South Jersey area. You got places like Monmouth, where you got Justin Robinson, Xander Rice, among many others on Seaview Jeep and Ortho, New Jersey. I mean,
that's Central Jersey, not South Jersey. I'm a big believer in the Central Jersey, that there is Central Jersey.
See, this is where it always kind of gets me, because I'm also a Central Jersey believer, but I don't really know where it cuts off.
I think Monmouth County is where it cuts, is like obviously the part of Central. As there's a charge, I believe they'll call a charge there. No, they'll call a block. That one will go on Panzini. But like you said, I definitely think you can make the argument that the two most talented teams in this league are Seaview Jeep and Ortho, New Jersey. But RKE by far plays the best brand of team basketball, playing for every possession and making it seem like the next possession is the most important, and that's why they're so successful right now.
Absolutely. And, I mean, you can't forget Stearns Trailer either. I mean, that team, their roster is ginormous, and it feels like they have so many different guys that can contribute. I mean, their biggest problem has just been getting those guys to come to these games. And the last few games, particularly in the Royal Rumble and then immediately following, they really struggled to bring a lot of guys with them. But, I mean, they have some of the best high-end talent just on paper in the entire league as well, and they were playing extremely well, racking up that 20-game win streak. So if they get some of their guys back for the playoffs as well, I mean, look out for them too.
That three, no good. I think it's by far, well, definitely by far the most talented when they have everyone. Fagan with it now. Leaves it for Panzini as he lays it in. Great feed from Fagan. But, yeah, we haven't seen a full roster from Stearns in a while. Curious to see if Durkat comes back. We also haven't seen Larry Smith in a little bit. Kimbrough will try the three. No good. But Larry Smith drives a trailer for a living, so it's tough for him making every game because you don't know the hours for that, but he's their best defender. Doesn't look like we're going to see Kale or Reynolds this year, as they were two catalysts on the squad last year, as there's a timeout from Larson Ford. But I think you can make a case for either one of those four teams to win the title this year.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like might have just gotten a technical foul on Merlin. I did, at least that's what I could tell. It was either that or it was applied to the Larson Ford bench, but I'm not really sure what was said there. But
I don't really know how you can argue with the officials at this point in the game. Oh, it wasn't over arguing. It was over calling timeout, not with the ball. That makes more sense because down 30 points, there's really nothing to argue. But will be interesting. If I had to predict it right now, I think we see, as Jones knocks down the three, I think we see RKE and Ortho in the championship. But like I said, that all depends on who Stearns has in those championship games. I mean, Stearns Trailer showed up in the Royal Rumble final with 5 guys, none of which usually see the floor for them.
Absolutely, and they still have been able to put up a fight in some of these games too, even without a lot of those top guys as well. I mean, you look at a guy like David Diggy Coyd, who kind of just stepped in as one of those main guys who can really put up points in a hurry. I mean, there's just so many guys on that roster that can really make a difference, and it will be interesting to see how many of them will actually show for these games. Hopefully a lot of them, because they can really put the ball in the basket. And I mean, talking about Ortho, New Jersey, is three won't go for Pierre-Louis. I mean, you got guys like Mike Amon down low, and then you also got, you know, an electric trio of Louis Polari, George Pappas, mentioned Deuce Mensa, Jagan Mosley as well. I mean, they just got so many guys that can make a difference as well.
Even Dan Polari looked fantastic their last time out.
Absolutely. He's put up a 30 spot too as well this year, so just so many different difference makers for Ortho, New Jersey as well. I think they're a team to look out for.
Jones, the step back three, no good. Kimbrough, the offensive rebound. He spins, looked like a walk. Jones, that three is tipped by Agbajemazin. And just like that, it is the end of the third quarter. 35-point lead. What's up, Eddie? It accidentally flips the camera. Hopefully I looked good enough for you guys there. But 35-point lead here at the end of the third quarter. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll have fourth quarter action. It's a blowout here in Manasquan. Welcome back here. We have a blowout in Manasquan. Gonna recap the box score that we just got. Same thing for ACI Robins Nest. Pretty balanced attack. Grennan leading the way as Pierre-Louis lays it in for 2. Grennan with 26, 24 of which are from beyond the arc. Panzini and Jones with 17 apiece. Jones on triple-double watch with 17, 7, and 8. Panzini with a double-double was 17 and 10. Kimbrough was 16 and 15, and then Fagan with 11, 7, and 4. So everybody making an impact as Pierre-Louis, he gets fouled by Kimbrough. And then just like the end of this first quarter, only 3 players in the blue and gold have scored. It's Pierre-Louis with 28 on 50% shooting. McCallum with 16, Merlin with 8, and then Agba Jemison, Luster, Holman, and Hargrave all haven't scored in a combined 50 minutes played.
Yeah, I mean, when only 3 of your guys score in a game, you're just not going to get the offensive output that you would like. It's just been one of those games for Larson Ford, unfortunately. And
especially when none of them can shoot the triple.
Yeah, exactly. Just not great efficiency. 6 for 27 from beyond the arc. Definitely not what you want to see. On the opposite side for ACI, 16 for 36 with 8 of those coming from Grennan.
Fagan now at the logo. Kimbrough. Merlin gives him some space. Panzini, 5 on the shot clock. Grennan, he's going to have to hoist. The step back. Grennan from 3. No good. Rebounded by Pierre-Louis. Pierre-Louis looking to run. He goes for the dunk, blocked by Panzini. Grennan looking to run. Finds Fagan. Kimbrough finds the cutting Panzini, and he gets it done on the other end as well. Gio Panzini, block on one end, lays it up on the other. What a performance from the incoming Cornell freshman.
Man, it just feels like every single game that he's played in for this ACI team, Panzini's gotten a highlight reel block. Just a great athlete to go up at the rim, great timing. He's just done such a great job on defense in his limited action here with ACI.
Fagan finds Panzini in the corner. That 3 no good. Pierre-Louis with the rebound. He goes all the way and will lay it in for 2. I'm itching to call a Pierre-Louis poster dunk. We know he's capable of it, but I think in a blowout like this, he's going to rather be safe than sorry in regards to an injury. Panzini leaves it for Fagan in the corner, takes a dribble, sets his feet, gets it to go. Sam Fagan knocks down the triple. He's got 14 as he's hit his 4th triple in 10 attempts.
And it's interesting. Fagan's kind of taking a backseat, like you mentioned, with Dwayne Jones, kind of starting to get some of those more on-ball action. His usage rate is, lower than it usually is, but he's still having a very efficient night, just being able to shoot it from 3 like he usually does.
That one's short. Kimbrough tried the 3. McCallum with his eyes on the rim, and that'll be defensive interference by Kimbrough. Not sure if the terminology in that case is goaltending. He didn't touch the ball, just had his hand on the rim. I think that's interference, right? Not goaltending?
I think they kind of both fall under the goaltending umbrella, but I'm not 100% sure. Because I know there's offensive interference when you do the same thing when you're on offense, but yeah, I'm not entirely sure.
Grennan now, high ball screen from Kimbrough. Finds Jones in the corner. Kimbrough in the post, finds the cutting Jones who lays it in for 2. Just great unselfish basketball that we've seen all night from ACI Robins Nest.
Yeah, they've made so many extra passes. Every single possession, it feels like they have a good shot, but they find a great shot.
Pierre-Louis cutting is Merlin who lays it up and in for 2. And the streak continues, only 3 Larson Ford players on the score sheet. Jones for 3, he gets it to go. Jones definitely making a case for player of the game. A little bit less efficient than Grennan, who's probably making the other strongest case. Fagan will try the 3. That one rims out, but could really go either way right now. McCallum drives to the hoop. The step through, no good. Luster, the putback, he can't end the streak. And still only 3 Larson Ford players on the score sheet. It's just been that kind of night. Jones now, hop step, draws the contact. He'll go to the line for 2. We've seen Jones take a lot of shots tonight. Some of the shot selection's been a little bit questionable, especially considering the percentage that he shoots from deep. But he's had an all-around great game tonight for ACI Robinson, so that'll take us to the media timeout.
Yeah, it feels like he's forced things a little bit when he's working on the perimeter from the three-point line, but once he gets off dribble, it really feels like he's in control with the ball in his hand, just getting to the rim, whether that's using that finger roll like we've talked about or putting up a good floater or anything like that near the rim. So feels like he needs to emphasize that a little bit more, but I mean, either way, you can't complain about his effort as ACI is now up 35.
We are going to take a very short break. Both these teams getting some quick rest here in this media timeout, but when we come back, we will have the final 5 minutes of action here from Manasquan. We are back. Dwayne Jones set to shoot a pair at the free throw line. Pretty safe to say ACI Robins Nest is going to get their 4th win of the season. And something we talked about on the first broadcast with Eddie sitting next to us, something maybe we can implement is a coach of the year, which we don't have right now. But in your opinion, Alec, who would you give it to right now? This is an ACI Robins Nest team last year who only won 1 game, and it was to the 2nd worst team, and they won at the buzzer. They are already at 4 wins and making a case to make a push in the playoffs because they're a gritty team and they can hang with anyone. And then you also have RKE, who was in 5th place last year. Who do you think should win Coach of the Year out of Joe Fagan and Sean Gallagher?
Yeah, I mean, it's really different. Two different, well, another 3 from Grennan once again. It really is kind of two different trains of thought on how you value the Coach of the Year, whether it's the guy who takes over a team that's struggling and really raises their floor, or it's a guy that, has that good team but turns them into a great team. So depending on what you value, as Luster breaks the streak and gets another Larson Ford player on the board, it really depends on what you value as, what's the biggest factor of the Coach of the Year. Because Sean Gallagher for RKE has turned this team into a great team. They've been playing like one of the best teams, and the way that they play their team-oriented basketball has been a joy to watch. As nice 3 by Dwayne Jones. Or if you think about Joe Fagan and this ACI Robins Nest team, the way that he's raised their floor as well, really you could go either way depending on what you truly value for the Coach of the Year.
What I don't really care at the end of the day how many games you win when you're calling Coach of the Year, as Grennan can't knock down the most open one he's had all night. I think it's just a matter of the fact of who got better the most. Like, which team made a bigger jump? And I think that is ACI Robins Nest, if I'm being completely honest, given the talent that RKE got. They got Kyle Cardacci, who's making a case to be the player of the year in this league right now. Coach Joe Fagan had some good additions. Grennan coming over from Seaview, Kimbrough coming over from Seashore Auto, getting his son Sam Fagan, who's coming back from injury. Grennan will try another 3. That one no good, long off the rim again. But I think ACI Robins Nest has made the bigger jump as RKE. I think they went from good to great, and ACI Robins Nest went from terrible to good.
Yeah, it's really hard to argue with that. I mean, looking at the jump that they made, like you said, they've made some really good additions, but it just feels like they've been a really connected team, not even just counting those additions, just the way that they've played. I mean, you could say that about a lot of teams, but yeah, I think the floor raising would probably put Fagan ahead.
Fagan, my AAU coach growing up, I played with Sam. Great kid and a great guy. Really knows his stuff. Also played with Jack Collins on that same team as well. I know you wouldn't be able to tell since I've put on a few pounds since then, but I used to be quite the hooper. But I don't know if you'll also be able to picture this as that jump shot is good from Hargrove. I rocked a headband and 2 arm sleeves when I was a kid. Quite the look.
Wow. Yeah, that's definitely, that's like decking out your 2K My Player with all the accessories possible.
As that one is saved by Luster, but into the hands of Fagan. Jones leaves it for Kimbrough. Back to Jones, who will try the 3. He gets it to go. And Joe Fagan Jr. is loving it on the bench. As Fagan is just trying to foul down low. They won't call it. They're just going to let this one play out for the last minute 30.
And Joe Fagan also, during the regular season, coaches at Neptune High School. He has since 2015. They had a really good late 2010s area of time. They made the sectional final in 2020 at a tough overtime loss to Ocean City, or Wall Township, excuse me. I don't know where I got Ocean City. They lost to Wall Township in overtime. But they haven't been as good in recent years. But again, they were really strong in the mid to late 2010s. They went 22-5 in the 2017-18 season. So, I mean, this guy, Fagan, has had a lot of experience turning some stuff around, and he's done it with ACI Robin's Nest here as well.
Well, not sure if you're aware, but was able to give the recruiting pitch to Kimbrough and Grennan because he coached both of them. He coached Grennan in AAU, and Kimbrough is a Neptune High School alum. So he was able to get Kimbrough over from Seashore Auto, getting to get 2 guys that he used to coach.
Yeah, I mean, that's half the game is recruiting. I mean, you have to get the talent in order to coach them up.
As that half-court jumper is good from Fagan. Just an all-around crazy game that we've seen from ACI Robin's Nest. That put back no good. No good again. 3rd time's not the charm. Maybe the 4th, not the 4th. As here comes Fagan. Panzini's going to take one more 3 at the buzzer. He can't get it to go. Jones at the buzzer. He gets it to go. 114-77. If my math is correct, I believe that's double the score. No, it is not quite double. 10 less. Almost, but what a performance. Oh, no, that's 140. I'm way off. Good. It's the end of a long night, but what a game overall by ACI Robin's Nest.
Yeah, I mean, even having only 5 guys, when you only have 5 guys, obviously everyone's going to contribute, but it just feels like everyone played a huge part in tonight's win for ACI, whether it's Sam Fagan really catching fire from the 3-point line in the second half, Sean Grennan really catching fire for the entire game. I mean, Jared Kimbrough doing what he always does as that one of those versatile big men. Panzini having a great game, a great 2-way player, or Dwayne Jones really taking over in this game. All 5 of those guys really had great games.
Yeah, I mean, getting the final box score now. Jones with 33, 9, and 8. Grennan with 29. Panzini with 19, 12, and 4. Kimbrough with 16, 16, and 10 with a triple-double. Looks like it's going to be Dwayne Jones who gets the post-game interview, but I believe that's the first triple-double that we've seen from Jared Kimbrough in this league, but just an all-around performance. And we said that the streak going into that quarter, only 3 Larson Ford players were able to score. Everyone managed to find the score sheet at the end of the game, but don't go anywhere. When we come back, Alex going to have the post-game interview with Dwayne Jones after his 33-point, 9-rebound, 8-assist performance.
Alacrat Hamill with our JSBL star of the game, Dwayne Jones for ACI Robins Nest after a dominant 114-77 victory over Larson Ford. Dwayne, what was working so well for you out there tonight?
I've been playing with these guys since high school, since Neptune. Even Sean Grennan has been around through Joe Fagan. And I just think we play really good team basketball. So I think the transition from playing on Seashore Auto last year, limited ball movement, to now going to a team full of guys that move the ball just makes my job a lot easier, and I get a lot easier shots out there. So it's good playing with these guys.
And you had 33 points, 9 rebounds, and looks like 8 assists as well, almost a triple-double. What do you think about, you mentioned this a little bit already, but what do you think about the team aspect of this team has been working so well for you guys?
I think this has been about 5 since freshman year of high school. Since 8th grade, really, I've been working up with Joe Fagan when he first got the job at Neptune. So we've been gelling with each other for 5, 6 years now. Obviously, college, we don't see each other as much, but now that we're all back together, I just think the team aspect of everything, I feel like at any given night, I know the seeding doesn't say so right now, but I feel like we're one of the best teams in the league when we play like that. So,
yeah, and you guys only had 5 guys out there tonight. I'm sure it was hard to, really keep running, especially in the later parts of this game. But you guys were still able to put up 114 points. What can that say about your guys' efforts out there tonight? Only 5 of you on the court.
Yeah, well, I mean,
and still.
You got Gio Panzini about to go play Division I basketball. I play Division I basketball. Sam, Jarrett, and Sean Grennan, a former Division I basketball player. 5 guys that do this for a living, play every day. So 5 guys for me is cool. I really don't want to get sucked out of the game. So it was good. It was good. And it just goes to show how much work everybody puts in to be in shape to play that long of a game.
And, Dwayne, you still have a year left in college. What are you looking at for your future for this upcoming year?
I was originally committed to Mercer University, mid-major out in Georgia. Some stuff happened with credit situation, transferring over. So I'm currently in the portal right now talking to a couple D1s. I know it's late, but God willingly, I'll be going to a Division I school this year. And, yeah, that's pretty much my situation right now.
Well, Dwayne, you certainly gave him a lot of good film to look at. Dwayne Jones, our JSBL player of the game after a 33-point, 9 rebound, 8 assist performance in a win over Larson Ford. Dwayne, congrats and best of luck in the
Thank
future.
You. Have a good night.